How did a lactose intolerant guy become the king of grilled cheese sandwiches? Well, there's actually a little bit more to this story than you might expect. So today I'm going to be telling you the Chef Tyler origin story while I make the 3 best-selling sandwiches from my college dorm room grilled cheese business. And if that doesn't make sense yet, just keep watching, you'll get it in a minute. For chapter 1, we're starting all the way back at the beginning of high school. My cooking journey really began out of necessity. I've always loved to eat, but I could never afford a personal chef, so as a last resort, I picked up the mayonnaise and got busy. That didn't sound right. What I'm trying to say is that I decided I would teach myself how to cook. And by teach myself, I mean that I would ask my mom to teach me how to cook. What did you expect? I was like 14. I wasn't gonna go to culinary school. I'm very grateful I had my mom to learn from though, because my first exposure to professional cooking was working at a Little Caesars when I turned 15. And if I didn't have the strong cooking foundation I learned from my mom that made me want to explore other foods, some of you might have been calling me the pizza man. I worked at the Little Caesars for 5 years and it was a great time working with my friends, but I started taking my cooking to the next level when I left and took a job at a real restaurant. No offense, Little Caesars. Okay, well maybe a little offense. Can you really call something a restaurant when you only claim the food is going to be warm and present? They don't even make a claim that it's going to be good. Anyways, at this real restaurant, I got to experiment with more flavors and see what it took to make delicious, comforting food. Until I quit that job after 3 weeks. They wanted me to work 7 days a week, and I was just not down for that. I guess it's a good thing I'm a quick learner though, because I did learn a lot at that job. After leaving the restaurant, I was inspired to make more advanced foods and wanted to show off what I was doing, so I launched the Chef Tyler Instagram account and it started to pop off. Not with likes, it was basically just my family liking and commenting, but with food. I started getting more creative with the food I was making and sharing it with more people. But no matter how creative I got with the dishes, the fan favorite was always grilled cheese. One day while I was making a grilled cheese, I had a eureka moment. I remembered how my mom taught me to add a little bit of salt and pepper to almost everything I cooked, so why was I not doing that with grilled cheese? And why should we stop at salt and pepper? So I reached into the spice cabinet and pulled out garlic powder. Yeah, that'll work. Cumin? Yeah, I think so. Turmeric? Yeah. Cinnamon? Why not? As the sandwich cooked, my house flooded with the delicious smell of melting cheese and warm spices. I knew this one was going to be different. This one was definitely special. This one is the Chef Tyler Classic Grilled Cheese Sandwich. This sandwich was really good. I knew I had something special, so I entered my sophomore year of college with a panini press and an idea. At a lot of colleges in the US, you're required to pay for a certain number of meal swipes each week, and the cost per swipe is not a good deal, like literally $30 per meal sometimes. Also, the food is usually pretty bad. So, as a way to afford making better food for myself and provide others with better food, I decided to start a business. Every college kid knows the significance of a good late night snack, and any college kid from Syracuse knows the pain of having to brave the cold for a pretty crappy quesadilla. Instead, with my business, I would deliver my delicious grilled cheese sandwich to your exact door inside the dorm building. This was the day the Chef Tyler brand was born. Although I was a finance and accounting student, I understood the importance of branding and marketing. I wanted a recognizable logo, so one day I drew the signature Chef Tyler grilled cheese by hand, and I've been using it ever since. To market the business, I invested $10 in 500 business cards as shown and slid them under the doors of everyone in my dorm. In just a few hours, I had my first customer. I had 3 grilled cheeses that I regularly offered on the menu. It's the same 3 grilled cheeses that I'm making in this video. I also frequently did grilled cheese specials, and I would occasionally do soups. I even had a private dinner option for Valentine's Day, but nobody paid for that option. I guess eating on the floor of my dorm room wasn't romantic or something. Anyways, things were going well for the business, but as a business student, I knew I needed to get the cost down to make this worth my time. And due to my personal vendetta against the dining halls, I decided that they would be the ones who would pay. I added a buffalo chicken grilled cheese to the menu, and instead of cooking the chicken or buying the bread myself, I sourced that stuff from the dining hall using to-go boxes. However, I was still buying a lot of the cheese myself, and in fact I was buying 6 pounds of cheddar alone every week. Even with these expenses, I was still making some money. What was I doing with the money I was making? Well, I was buying some steaks for my roommate and I to cook up on our hot plate. Through careful fan placement and smoke management, we somehow never set off the fire alarm, but we did have an incident where we caused a power outage. Oops. For the most part though, the rest of my sophomore year was a success. I made well over 100 grilled cheeses, got to know many more people in my dorm room, and definitely got better at cooking steaks. After my sophomore year, things started to slow down. I studied abroad for a semester and came back to a global pandemic. This meant I couldn't sell grilled cheese on campus anymore, but I could cook up some more creative things with my endless free time. I had always loved strong flavors and experimented with some of those during college, but I truly got to let my creations run wild when I graduated and moved to New York City. I was trying new foods by going to new restaurants and recreating the dishes in my tiny New York apartment. I was proud of what I was making. I started posting the videos to my TikTok and the page started to pick up. While I had a few videos do well, it didn't really all click until I returned to my roots and started filming grilled cheeses, thus sealing my fate as the grilled cheese daddy to all of you, my cheddar children. One of my favorite stories from selling grilled cheeses out of my dorm room was when somebody told me that my grilled cheeses reminded them of home. For a long time, I was confused because she was Indian, and as far as I knew, grilled cheese was not popular in India. But when I moved to New York and started eating more Indian food and learning about Indian spices, it all started to make sense. My classic grilled cheese uses spices like turmeric, cinnamon, and cumin, which are all really popular in Indian dishes. And this really opened my eyes to everything that's possible with grilled cheese sandwiches. I've always loved how powerful food is. It can remind you of your loved ones, teach you about a new country's history, or it can even be carved into the shape of a butt. During the past few years, I've come to appreciate how much people all around the world love grilled cheese, so I've given myself a mission and a goal for the next chapter. Starting now, I'm on a mission to create the world's best grilled cheese sandwich, and to do this, I need to first experience the flavors of the world. So for this next chapter, I'll be traveling to different countries and creating grilled cheeses inspired by the dishes of my destinations. If you're watching this video, it means you are now part of this journey with me, and I cannot express how much I truly appreciate you all. Now let's work together and take grilled cheese sandwiches to places they've never been before.